All right. A very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the listeners out there, wherever you are. I would like to welcome you to our segment for today. My name is Irene, Abalo Irene, and I'll be your moderator for today. With me, I have um, three amazing women, South Sudanese women, who are in the aviation sector. Rightfully so, our topic of today's discussion is South Sudanese women in the aviation sector. Just to briefly introduce some of them to you, I'll start off with Miss Apu. Miss Apu Demaiwak. She's an inspector for aerodromes. Ms. Apu, if you can unmute your mic, could you please briefly tell us, give us a bit of bio of what you do?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, and thank you, Engineer Apollo. My name is Apiu Demaiwak. I am an aerodrome inspector at Juba International Airport. Our department is also known as AGA, which is Aerodromes and Ground Aids. When we talk about aerodrome, we are looking at the day-to-day tasks because every successful flight begins and ends at the airport. That's why airport safety is an important part of the aviation safety. And my responsibility as an aerodrome inspector is to ensure that the aerodrome is offering safety operating environment in accordance with the international civil aviation regulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Apu. That is actually very interesting to hear. While you're still here, briefly tell us what made you venture into this career path? What inspired you to choose the career that you are at right now?
Um, I found it so unique and interesting, and it is something that I can do better.
Amazing. Just before I go to our next amazing woman as well, Ms. Afil, could you please just tell us what new lessons you've learned while working in the aviation sector? What you have learned and what are some of the challenges you face in the sector?
In my early career, I used to think having holding a bachelor degree in aerodrome management is a big deal. I used to think that, but things were totally different when I first joined CIA. I discovered that being qualified alone is not enough. You need to improve your skills and manage your character, and most importantly, you need to work on your you need to develop your social intelligence, and that's really helped me to be where I am today. Of course, in the aviation sector, we have so many challenges because aviation continues to be one of the poorest gender balances, especially in decision-making positions. We don't see females. We don't see enough females in the leadership level uh, positions.
Okay, moving forward, what would you recommend? You said you don't see enough female in leadership. What can be done to reverse that? What should what should you, the women that are in the sector, do to, to make sure that there are more females not only in the sector itself, but also the management. Would you make a few recommendations moving forward? If there's a young girl out there listening to you right now and you would like to inspire them to follow into your footsteps, what would you recommend?
I would love to encourage the young ladies in the aviation sector to start developing and planning, developing their career and start planning for their future. This is the right time now. And we in CIA, we are trying our best to attract and retain, develop, and promote women in civil aviation. Um, we have more programs we will share with you another time. But we have so many challenges. And at the same time, I'm very grateful we have female representatives in almost every department, except the Department of Accident and Incident Investigation. We don't have females there, but we hope to see change in this area.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pugh. All right, so I'll come back to you later, Mr. Pugh. I have to say thank you so much for sharing those with us. If there are other questions later, I will do a bit of follow-up. Maybe just before you say before I switch to Engineer Teresa shortly, where did you attain your education? Where did you go to school to attain the education that qualified you to the current sector that you're in?
That's a nice question. Thank you very much. I have my bachelor degree in aerodrome management and customs from the Aviation Science College in Sudan. I graduated in 2010 and I was lucky to join Sudan Civil Aviation. And finally, I'm here in South Sudan Civil Aviation.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And good to have you as my panelist.
You're welcome.
If you can unmute your mic so I can introduce Engineer Teresa. Hello, Engineer Teresa. Can you unmute your mic and turn on your video, please?
We are really sorry. She also having technical issues. She's going to use my phone. We are really sorry for that.
All right. That's fine. You're all in the same vicinity. That's okay.
On the mic.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. My name is Teresa Titos. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you very well. But I cannot see you. Would be nice to see you. So if you don't mind, please just turn on your camera so that myself and the viewers online can also see you.
Okay, wait a moment. You see me now?
There you are. Yes, now I can see you. Thank you for turning on your mic and your camera. So with me, I have Engineer Teresa Title. She is an aircraft engineer. I believe this is the first time for me to learn there is an aircraft engineer. I do have a friend who is an aero maintenance engineer. I don't know if it's the same thing, but you are very welcome, Engineer Teresa. If you don't mind, could you please just briefly tell us what you do, your work, your day-to-day work? where you went to school, and yeah, just a brief bio.
Okay. First of all, finished my school in Sudan. Khartoum Academy for Aviation, aircraft maintenance engineering. I have diploma in aircraft maintenance engineering. Now I'm working with Civil Aviation Authority as inspector of airworthiness. Mm, inspect the aircraft. I check the aircraft document. We see all the aircraft certificate of registration, certificate of airworthiness, and we'll make sure aircraft is safe and fit to fly. That is my work here in civil aviation.
That sounds very interesting. I believe you also speak Arabic, so if you're more comfortable speaking in Arabic, I can ask the question. I can interact with you in English because my Arabic is horrible, but I can ask you in English and then you can respond in Arabic if
Okay,
if
okay,
that's comfortable for you. Yeah?
it's okay.
Okay, wonderful. So, Engineer Teresa, could you tell us what inspired you to become an aircraft engineer?
Uh, my initial dream was to be a medical doctor. Then when I finished high school, I changed my mind because was inspired me by one of my close friend who was working as engineer in Sudan Airways in Sudan. Therefore, I went to aeronautical college and study aircraft maintenance engineering.
Okay, so you are influenced mostly by your friends. In the family, do you have some engineers who could have also maybe shaped your career or your future towards that direction?
Hello, can you repeat for me, please?
Sure, absolutely. I just was asking, in the family, do you have some engineers who could have also added on to that inspiration?
Yeah, I have my cousin. He's an engineer.
Okay, wonderful. So, what lessons have you learned from working as an aircraft engineer, specifically in South Sudan?
Mm, First of all, I found more interactive to work in aviation and can meet with different people global from example ICAO conference, CASAO conference, IASA, and East Africa Community Conference. Also, I learned most of regulation from different countries.
Okay. And are there challenges you face as a woman working as an aircraft engineer?
Yeah. What are the most challenges? Not to be given equal like man. This is the first challenges. And aviation is a male-dominated industry, and this is major challenges female like me, like myself.
Okay. I know this question most people normally don't ask. because I'm an engineer like yourself, and sometimes it's just nice to have someone ask, how does that make you feel? The fact that you're as qualified and you're in the industry, but you're not given the same chance as your male colleagues. How does that make you feel?
Can you repeat? I'm not getting you well.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. So I was asking, how does that make you feel? The fact that you are just as qualified as your fellow male colleagues, but they get more opportunities or more chances than yourself, probably more trust than yourself. How does that make you feel? You are on mute.
Um,
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, now I can hear you. Did you get my question?
No. Can you repeat؟
Okay,
أو
sure.
ممكن تقولي لي بالعربي؟ ما في مشكلة.
Well, Arabic. My Arabic is horrible, but let me try. Um,
Okay,
gosh,
حاولي.
my Arabic is bad. Arabic Juba, maybe? Can
ما
I
في
try in
مشكلة.
Arabic Juba?
يا حاولي.
So, yeah, okay. Ana Gupta, it's because you told that you don't get enough chance. They male بتاعك colleagues بتاعك al male most رجال. How do you feel about that? You're on mute. I can't hear you.
Hello, I'm feeling bad, but I hope things change.
Okay, thank you. Just a final question, my final question for you. Moving forward, what would you recommend? What are some of your recommendations? Maybe if there are young girls out there listening to you right now, a young girl sitting in front of you right now, what would you tell her if she wanted to follow in your footsteps?
My recommendation is that both male and female should given equal opportunities in all aviation sector. Initiate program that will encourage female to join aviation industry.
Okay, thank you so much. Is there anything else you would like to add before I invite my next panelist?
No, thank you.
Thank you so much, Engineer Teresa.
You're welcome.
Yeah. If I could have Miss City, my next panelist is Miss City Clement Khamis. Miss City is a Flight Information Officer. Very interesting title. I would say I want to hear more about this. Miss City, if you're there, please unmute your mic and turn on your camera. Hello.
Hello.
You can hear me clear?
Yeah.
All right. So, Ms. City, could you please kindly tell us what you do? Tell us about your work, what you do on a day-to-day basis, and perhaps also tell us what inspired you to choose what you do now.
Okay. Thank you. I'm Siti Clement Khamis. I'm working with civil aviation and Department of AIS means Analytical Information Services and Briefing Office.
Okay, wonderful. What made you choose Flight Information Officer as a career?
Information about the aircraft. We are issuing flight plans. Then the operator or the pilot will fill the flight plan. The flight plan is about the aircraft, like identification of aircraft, type of aircraft, flight level, uh, destination where this aircraft is going, like this, and the name of the pilot, all information about the aircraft, person on board, and so.
Okay, that's very interesting. Did you get inspiration from someone to become a flight information officer? When you were growing up, did you want to do what you're doing now?
Okay. I'm a graduate from Juba University College of Applied and Industrial Science. My department is mathematics. But when I heard about this position in the radio, they wanted people in civil aviation to work with them in different departments, and my department was there, mathematics. That's why I applied, and I said, let me try. Then they choose me, and we attend. We go for the training in Nairobi for 7 months. Then I start my work after 7 months.
Okay, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you got the job. Could you tell us maybe some lessons? What new lessons have you learned from working in the aviation sector in South Sudan? Miss City, you are mute. Hello, Miss City, are you there? I cannot hear you. You are mute. If you can unmute your mic, please. Let's just give her a few minutes. Miss City, are you there? Miss Apu, if you can come in, please. If you're there, if you can hear me, could you please just come in?
Can you please repeat your question? She didn't hear you well.
Oh, she didn't hear me. Sorry. Okay. So I was asking Miss City, what new lessons have you learned from working in the aviation sector in South Sudan?
I have learned a lot of lessons, both positive or negative, in the aviation sectors. Moreover, I have learned that aviation sector can connect internationally with a lot of people around the world.
You said you also learned negative. I believe connecting with a lot of people around the world is a
Yeah,
positive lesson. What about the negative one?
negative things. I'm the only lady here in our department. This is the negative things I can see. Since 2013, no women, no lady in my department.
Okay, so being the only woman in your
Yeah,
department,
yeah, yeah,
what
yeah.
what other challenges do you face?
Yeah, I don't know what's
You can say in Arabic if that's more easy for you or comfortable. You can just speak those challenges in Arabic.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with the ladies. They don't apply in our department. I don't know why.
Okay. Are you treated the same in your department? Do they treat you the same as they treat the men in your department?
Yeah, the only man. I'm the only lady. The only man. Even now, I behave like that.
That's very interesting. What do you mean you behave like that? Give me an example. I'm curious.
Uh, I wake up since 4. The airport is started at 6 o'clock. The driver will be at 5 morning. Yeah,
Okay. Um, do you enjoy doing what you do?
yeah, I have
Do you
enjoyed.
enjoy your job?
Yeah, have enjoyed. I enjoy.
Yeah. Um, and if you're to recommend or advise uh, someone or any girl out there who would like to also do your job, what would you tell them?
Okay. I hope they shall be changed. Let us the woman come and enjoy with me and help me in the work with this man. And there shall be uh, more opportunities for every young woman to study in aviation industry. And there should be equal rights and the balance.
Anything else?
Thanks.
Well, thank
Sorry,
you
I
so much.
no,
Thank you.
thank you
Do
so
you
much for your
understand my
time.
question when I asked you?
Hmm. No,
You don't? Oh, my Arabic is not helpful here. Um, maybe just a round general question, maybe not only to you, but to a few since you're also there. When you see, there are few South Sudanese female pilots, right? Seeing them, do you interact with them sometimes? Do you have a forum where all the females in aviation can, interact? Do you do that?
Um, I don't know if I get your question right. Did you mention something about female pilots?
Yes,
Uh,
the South Sudanese female pilots. and yourself. You know, you as a aerodrome person, inspector, and also aircraft engineer, Engineer Teresa, as well as Titi, who is the flight information. Do you have a forum where you can interact, you know, exchange ideas with the female pilots, or is it completely just you're in your segment and everybody else apart?
Um, Thank you very much. For the pilots, they have South Sudan Pilot Association, is both for male and females. And for us here in civil aviation, we have South Sudan Women in Aviation Association, and I am the chairperson. But we are going to launch it very soon.
You're about to launch it. Will you tell us when you will launch it so if we can attend
Yes,
or not?
of course, you will be part of our celebration.
Thank you so much. Um,
I can't hear you. I did not
oh,
hear.
I was mute. Sorry. So no, this is a final question, maybe to the viewers, our viewers that are watching. There are a few people watching you right now. What would you tell them is the most interesting thing about the aviation sector in South Sudan?
The aviation world is very interesting. In South Sudan, although we have so many challenges, but we love it, and we are working hard uh, to make it better. I'm very sure by next year you will hear good news about South Sudan Civil Aviation Authority, and things are going to be according to the international standard.
That's very hopeful. That's good. I'm glad to hear. And the two ladies with you, do they have any final words to say?
Did you want to say anything? I think we would like to thank you for hosting us, and I hope this session was knowledgeable, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. And thank you, all three of you, for making time to tell us, to give us an insight what you do. We appreciate your time. We appreciate the good work you're doing, and keep it up. You may be few in your sector, but that doesn't mean that it's a negative thing. It means you're just very special and you're very capable and you're strong, amazing young women. Keep at it, and good luck in whatever it is you do, and we hope to cross it. Thank you, viewers, and thank you, everybody that has been on. We appreciate your time. We hope you enjoyed listening from these young females. And thank you to the South Sudanese Intellectual Women Forum and all the sponsors that come along with them. We appreciate all of you. Thank you, and have a wonderful weekend, wonderful Saturday, wherever you are. Until next time, bye.